Go on, cough it up. Might split a lamb out as well. A quiet night last night. Nothing gave birth last night, so all peaceful this morning. Morning world, welcome to Tuesday, 5th of April. Everything is quiet this morning. I'm not complaining. I like it quiet. Right, well, we'll have to wait for that. The guy's new Transit came with one key, one ignition key. Well, in fact, it came with two keys. One key for the ignition and fuel cap, and the second one for the bonnet. But the ignition key, well, as the garage boss just said to me, it's bullard, which is another word for knackered, kaput, whatever else. When I went to fetch that vehicle, I went to take the fuel cap off. It didn't really want to work in the fuel cap, and I've just got this image of my guys out, possibly miles away, trying to put fuel in the truck. Key snaps off in the fuel cap. It's the only key. That's it. Yeah, it's not worth. It's not worth thinking about. So I went up to our local Ford garage this morning, but the key is so worn that they cannot cut me a new one. They tried, couldn't do it. But they've got the boss has got a mate who lives only about 8-9 miles that way, who's a locksmith and specialises in that sort of thing. So I'm waiting for a phone call that hopefully later today, touch wood, we'll get a couple of fresh keys cut for that. The original key I'll keep back as an emergency spare just in case, but the guys will have a pair of fresh keys for that truck. Now's the time to do it. Right, okay, anything going on in there? Not a lot. Lots of very swollen, puffy, red, uncomfortable looking ladies, but okay. Hay's obviously a bit dry. Yeah, nothing looking very imminent for a second. Our two existing lambs, well, they seem quite happy, don't you? Eh? Oh, you've got an interned eyelid, haven't you? We'll have to sort that out. Did he just pop out by himself? I'll check that later on. That may have just popped out by itself. I don't want to pinch him if I have to. Basically, you get an interned eyelid, it's basically having the... Well, if you imagine your eyelid, someone catches your eyelid, turns it in, and the actual lashes are rubbing against dry ball. If that's allowed to continue, you'll get ulcers and go blind. So I'll just check the tether a bit while we're in here. Oh, little tiddler. That's you, little tiddler. See, your eyes are good. No problem with you, it's just that one. But that seems to have actually peeled out quite nicely. Yes, hello. Still don't like sheep. Right, there it is. Okay, I've got something to remove out of here. I couldn't see that last night or first thing this morning. Got it now. That was the placenta, basically the bag that the lambs were kept in when they were inside her. So I believe that is all of it though. Right. Don't want to leave that in there because as that decays and rots down, it's just bugs and infection. You want that gone. Right. Lambs are up and healthy. They're both feeding. I could ring them now. Normally, if these were my responsibility, I would probably top and tail them now, which is little rubber rings to castrate and take the tails off. But this is Abby's job, so I'm going to let her do it. literally all I'm doing in the day when she's at work is I'm coming down, keeping an eye. I'll assist where I'm needed, but other than that, pretty much I'm letting her and Henry get on with this. Right, so the plan had been today to sort out the key on the transit, which was booked in for 11 o'clock this morning. That's not happened. I don't know when this locksmith's coming. I'm hoping today, but that kind of means I can't go anywhere. I've got to stay here because he's a mobile fella. The chances are he's going to ring me 10 minutes before he gets here. So I need to find something to do here at the farm. I have a plan. Engine oil, good. So we're going to put something on the back. Can you guess what it is? Go on. Guess. What am I going to put on the back? So when the machine's sat flat on the floor, I want the top link kind of in the middle, because that is what gives me some float on the top, plus the float I've got on these bottom links as well. So these arms can move up and down, and that can move backward and forward. We need that so the machine can follow the ground. Right, hoses. Didn't play in half an hour, but I reckon I got time to rattle a bit about. Just the path a minute. We're going to go and scatter some muck about first.
Forgot how the sunlight feels, hidden just out of reach, down below.
You'll have to excuse the wind, I'm sorry. But basically what we're doing is we're breaking up the slightly larger lumps of manure into much smaller lumps of manure, and which some of it's hopefully going to find its way down inside the slits like this fella here. So as the rain hits that should hopefully go down in the ground, fertilise my roots. I do like a bit of fertilising. In a couple of videos back when I was muck spreading this, I mentioned that I would be slitting, harrowing and possibly rolling. And more than a few of you said, what's the point of opening the ground up, slitting it, if you're going to roll it and close it back again? I'll tell you why. This is the reason why. Not so much with this field, because I'm probably not going to make hay out here this year, but our yards are all stone. We don't have any concrete, sadly. One day maybe I'll have some concrete yards, but right now we're on stone. And when you're mucking out, doesn't matter how careful you are and how level the yard is, you will always pick some stone up. Sometimes you'll pick up decent sized stones. I mean, I've already had a couple. I mean, the really big stones I've already had out of here when I did the slitting, because I spotted them then. But these things, and even these things, when they come into contact with my mower, tedder, spinning hay, spinning grass bait, the potential for mechanical damage and potentially even injury to somebody who's walking past. If I'm out here spinning hay and there's a walker right here and the spinner flicks up a stone and clamps somebody, there's the potential of, well, let's not even go there. So the reason I would roll after I've harrowed, and yes, it will close up the gaps a bit, but you leave rolling to the last minute. You leave it until the ground is only just soft enough to push mainly these guys down into the ground. That's why I roll. It's not for the good of the ground, it's for the good of the machinery. If I go hitting stones like that regularly with mowers, I'm going to be throwing blades and busting gearboxes and the potential of a lot of money. That's why I roll. This ground here may not be rolled, because I'd like to say I doubt I'm going to make hay off this year, because we'll have the cattle out here. Pigeon mead, we almost certainly will take a crop off of that. So that is one field that once I've harrowed that, I will be rolling pigeon mead. But if that answers a few of your questions as to why would you roll it after slitting it, that's the reason why. Okay. There's another bucket down there. You can go back up the yard again.